So I told you, I read that one of the doctors said, hey, people are really suffering from this post-Taylor concert amnesia where they're so excited, it's all blur. They truly can't remember everything that happened.
Mm-hmm.
And you're saying that therapists are seeing patients who are bringing this up in their sessions.
Exactly. Yes. I mean, we've seen the effect that Taylor has had on these cities. Businesses are booming. Even online stores like Etsy are thriving with costumes of different Taylor eras. She's having an effect in all different types of industries. But psychiatry, like, I didn't think that would be an industry that she was going to tap into. So this doctor says that half of the treatments in her psychiatric practice had become Taylor-based. Many of her patients are young girls or young women, and they're coming in, and she noticed it months ago, okay? And she's based in New York, so her tour already went there. But as the tour started getting closer and closer and closer to the dates of actually approaching, that's when her patients started to panic a little bit more, and a little bit more, and a little bit more. And she noticed that they would be like, well, what am I going to do? How am I going to stay calm when she's on stage? I need to do remote today because I can't get COVID before the Eras tour. And how am I going to get back to regular life once she comes? And it's like a real thing. It makes sense, right? When you think about it.
I think that this is stuff that we sort of all have felt at one time or another in our lives about a concert or an event or something.
I've heard of this
but
happening.
We've never really talked
like
about
your wedding day.
Yeah.
Your wedding day maybe, or a big vacation. But it was really cool about this doctor. I read like the whole article. It was that she kind of at first didn't really understand it per se. And so she decided to research Taylor more and more. So she I guess she drank the Kool-Aid, so to speak. And she started listening to Taylor Swift nonstop and essentially became a Swiftie and went to the concert herself and is
how's she doing after the concert herself?
She's doing great, but she really loves Taylor being this big sister to a lot of young women and her patients especially because there's so many different types of. She's basically saying like there's so many different types of people going through all different types of emotions at her concerts. Maybe it's someone that's going through the breakup. Maybe it's someone that's in the 1989 era, club scene vibe. Like there's just everyone there has their reason for either loving Taylor for whatever reason or, it's just like, and she appreciates that. And so I thought that was really cool that she became a Swiftie herself for her patients.
I think letdown syndrome is real.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, letdown syndrome at different levels is real, right?
Yeah.
Monday. Okay, Monday could be letdown syndrome after your wedding, right?
Mm-hmm.
Letdown syndrome after a big trip, letdown syndrome. Like it's a real thing, and so this is an intense version of that.
Yeah, you feel it. You definitely. It's called like wedding blues or something like that. You feel it after your wedding
December
day.
26th.
A little bit.
Syndrome.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
12/26 syndrome.
It's the buildup. It's the buildup. It's the buildup.
And then over. I get very, very like.
Me too.
sad.
After the holidays, I do too.
Like really physically, I get weird by it.
Me too.
You know? Are you going to see Taylor?
No, and I had a mentee be with my therapist about it the other day because my tickets fell through and I was like having a panic attack during my session.
Did you say mental breakdown? What's a mentee be?
Mental breakdown.
All right. Mentee be.
Mm-hmm.
And?
She.
What was her advice?
She was just kind of like, she took me down the path of like, not always like life not panning out the way that like your expectations.
Can't you say back to the therapist? Okay, no, I don't like that one. Give me another one. Like dealer's choice. I don't want that response. That's not what I want to hear.
Having expectations and like not having your expectations met, and how I've always had that kind of in my life. Like I've always had this like fairy tale of what things would be like, and then when they don't happen, I get really sad.
Yeah, physically, I feel the difference.
Yeah.
Well,